instance, in central India, they were consuming a lot more primates than in other places for some reason. Southeast Asia, there was a lot more small mammal consumption, which was not the case in many other places. And the northeastern region that includes Northeast India, Bhutan and Nepal had a lot more livestock consumption than other regions. So which is also the region that has high conflict, dhole-human conflict. So why were they consuming livestock? The size of the protected area didn't seem to make too much of a difference. But if there was high density of livestock in these areas and a combination of high ungulate prey density and high number of co-predators, those were the locations where they were more likely to consume livestock. And where were people feeling more negatively about dholes? So pack size had a negative effect. So most of the places where there's negative interaction between dhole and people, these are locations that have relatively smaller pack sizes. And it was also correlated positively with the amount of livestock consumed. So more livestock predation, higher negative perception, as well as if there were a lot more sympatric carnivores that people felt were dangerous, and therefore those maybe happen to be one of those carnivores. That's what we speculate. This is a study that we're currently that's currently in press. We took all the information on dhole leopard tiger interactions, and from not just published literature but also wildlife documentaries, YouTube, social media posts, everything, to characterize what the competitive strength of one species over the other is. So using direct interactions as well as pack level effects, are bigger packs doing better in terms of fending off the two felids, all of that. One interesting thing that also came up was how prey is a big mediating factor, likely about how the spatio-temporally, how the three of them divide the space between each other is likely driven by prey. We had information for a select set of locations where all of this information was available. So we did find that beyond us, when the prey is above a certain threshold, they don't necessarily need to avoid each other in space, and they're only active at very small amounts of time that they are most adapted to be active in, and therefore there is temporal avoidance, but it's not avoidance because they don't need to be active at other points. But when the prey goes low, you have spatially they're co-occurring, and therefore they really need to avoid each other in time. So, they're overlapping in time because they're like spatially have to avoid each other. So that's creating a lot more competition in low prey areas. So this we're hoping makes a case for when there is this narrative about how, like, if there are dholes, then you can't bring back tigers, and which sort of goes against dhole conservation efforts. So this is sort of case to make a case for saying that it's prey and protection that actually needs to be brought up, and it's the two predators will pretty much figure out how to deal with.